This is my kangaroo style kung fu, which has its roots in Baji Tren, Bagua Zhang, a little bit of American Kempo, um, a lot of my own stuff, a lot of my own interpretation of how a kangaroo would use its body if it was fighting. I know they fight, but if it could, if I could imitate it, so to speak, that's what all animal kung fu styles are. Is their mimicry of an animal, even the drunken style stuff, more like this. Um, that's mimicry and imitation of a drunkard, someone who's drunk. There's also lots of different mimicry in that style. They act like a female, act like a woman at some stage. Lots of different things. If you're familiar with Jackie Chan movies, you would have seen the drunken style stuff before. Yeah, so this style that I'm creating is called Roo Quan. It's based on the kangaroo and my many different styles of kung fu that I've done. It's not traditional bagua. It's not traditional Baji Tran. It's not even traditional Kempo. It's got its own unique style. So it's sort of like typical sort of forward stance type thing. There's sort of like a cat stance or empty stances. It's got these rolling strikes, which I call Roo punches, which are very much sort of like work like Wing Chun in a way, but it's not Wing Chun. This style's a lot more aggressive. It uses the forearms to smash through either the opponent's defenses or you can grab onto arms. You're actually using the forearm this way. So punch coming through, I can come over the top of it and strike. I can elbow into that strike. I can elbow into the bicep. I can elbow to the neck. Hopefully taking the head eventually. And yeah, it works on the forearms. So there's a lot of really, I don't know. What I'm noticing doing it is that I'm getting really strong through the core, through the back, because there's movements where I'm grabbing and sort of pulling. If I'm grabbing onto something and I'm pulling down, there's a lot of these sort of movements. The singular forearm strikes into elbows, straight sort of punches. There's rolling punches, which is based on the yin bagua fist, which it comes down and it hits sort of flat like that. It's nasty and it's got no give. You can uppercut. You can actually side hook punch quite easily. You can actually reverse it and strike with the back of the hand. Now, I do all this stuff because most people who sort of know my stuff know that I strike trees. I basically strike trees with the palms, with all the hand, the back of the hand, all the forearms and stuff. So I've developed this to be quite strong and robust. That's part of the actual style, is striking the trees with the forearms so that you can just basically crush through someone else's defense, because your forearms are basically like wood, solid, strong, and they're used to taking hits. So yeah, the forearms are used in this style. It's fast. It has rotations. It has straight strikes. It has I can do a punch here into an elbow, into another punch. There's lots of different stuff that can be done. It's got the forward movement in attacking and backwards movement in attacking or offense, which is that sort of comes from the Baji trend stuff, because in Baji you can strike moving forwards, you can grab onto an arm and strike, pulling them backwards into a strike. It could have, still working on it, but it could have sort of Bagua type sort of movements with possible snaking type movements. Depends. It's still a work in progress. At the minute, it sort of has like a forward type stance, classic fighting stance. It has techniques from like a classic, wide hip width stance, or it can be a hip width, or it can be like almost double hip width. Classic sort of punches. Has the classic sort of punch moves, strikes moving upwards, double strikes, grabbing on and sort of pulling, and you can move with that sort of stuff. I tend to go into like a empty stance, like a cat stance for that. Obviously, probably elbows done from this sort of static stance, just for training. Off angling punches, and the punch, like I've said before, it really comes from the back and the scapular sort of stuff. It can be pushed, or it can sort of just come out with the whole body moving. So it's got a lot of like resistance behind it. It can be fast. It can be really fast. If you've seen some of the clips, you can get the punch out there pretty quick. Depending on how you use it. So you can just flick it, flick it out there like that. Or it can be more sort of jabbing and rolling it over the top. Because using it sort of swat away strikes. Again, it can be heavy, like dropping your weight with the forearm coming through, and actually like really hitting the punch coming through. It's going to be elbow destruction. So the punch is coming, and basically I tap it. You tap it down onto the elbow, coming up underneath triceps and things. Again, they're classic sort of techniques taken from Indonesian styles, just things that I've learned along the way that I like. This is very much a Jeet Kune Do-esque type developing system. So, elbows under, elbow strikes to break the arm, over the top strikes using this circular sort of stuff. So you can parry off here. It's going to have like the rhino type technique coming over the top. Hammer fist strikes that also like blocks that are also reefing movements, grabbing onto the body and kneeing and coming through with an elbow, coming back with a strike, just lots of different stuff. There's joint locks, takedowns, partner drills, isometric contraction movements, Qigong breathing. I'm creating a form so far. There's lots of different stuff in the works, so hopefully people find it interesting. And like people are gonna move their own way. They're gonna create their own style, especially if they've done martial arts. Like How many people have done a karate style and then went off and created their own karate style or kung fu or whatever it was? Like, just happens. It's human ingenuity, you know. Anyway, I hope someone gets benefit from it, and there's way more coming. So cool. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it.